Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It's Momomakeup here. Today I'm going to be doing a little New Year's Eve get ready with me. I'm going to chat with you guys about how this year has gone for me, and I want to use some of my favorite products from this year. So if you are interested to get ready with me on New Year's Eve, then please keep on watching. Let's get into it. So I have my coffee here. How many of you guys drink coffee? I need coffee in the morning to get me started. It is a necessity to me. One of my New Year's resolutions is to try to drink less Starbucks and start brewing more coffee at home, but that's kind of like a silly resolution. This is my makeup bag that I use every day. Let's see. I'm gonna start out by using my favorite primer. And this has honestly been my favorite primer for a long time. It's the Too Faced Hangover RX primer. I like to use dewy primers, nothing that's gonna mattify my skin. My skin tends to be, it's combination, but like during the day, I notice my skin will get dried out if I use anything mattifying. So I try to just stick to the more dewy and hydrating primers, like more my jam. Truly, these clips are like a lifesaver. They don't crease your hair. I got them on Amazon for like $4 or something like that. Next, I'm gonna go in and apply my foundation. This is the Clinique Even Better Makeup. I use shades Neutral and shade Linen. I've been using this foundation for years. Anytime anybody asks me for a foundation recommendation, this is what I tell them to use. It works well for me because it doesn't dry my skin out, and I do love the fact that there is SPF 15 protection in this, and I just feel like it's medium to full coverage. You can build it, and it blends out well with my concealer as well. So let me just apply some dots to my face. I tend to apply Linen all over my face. Hold on, dog hair. And then I go back in with the shade Neutral and I apply it like pretty much just to my T-zone to add a little bit of warmth. So generally speaking, 2018 has been a good year for me. I received a promotion at my job. My sister got engaged, my baby sister. And she moved from Wisconsin to Georgia with her fiance. He got a promotion at his job. My boyfriend started a new job, which he loves. So it's been a lot of change for us, but all good change. I had a pretty good Christmas. It was just my boyfriend and I. My parents were away visiting my sister. So we had a very nice, quiet Christmas, just the two of us and Joey, of course. Next, I'm gonna go in using the Tarte Shape Tape. I use the shade Fairlight Neutral. Pretty sure I've been using this for all of 2018. You know, I try new concealers here and there. I did like the one from Huda Beauty, the Overachiever concealer, but that was kind of like too thick for me. I like the coverage, but I ended up going back to my Shape Tape because it's kind of what I always do. I always like, isn't it funny with makeup, like just how it continues? The makeup industry is so like, I always want to try what's new. And a lot of times I end up going back and using the same stuff that I've been using for a long time. Like I have not switched off of Shape Tape since I started using it, I guess a couple of years ago. I'm just gonna blend this out using the same sponge. What's your resolutions for 2019? Do you guys set resolutions? I don't know. I just try to do my best at all times because I tend to like set up the resolution and I never really, like a lot of people try to lose weight or eat healthier, but I don't know. A lot of times it doesn't work. Like I feel like when you set those expectations for yourself, if you fall short, then it's kind of like you feel bad about yourself. But maybe if you don't, maybe if you just overall, you know, don't set any hard lines of expectations. Just kind of do your best to be the best you can every day. I don't know. It's tough. It's not easy. Shit happens. Things change. You know, but just make sure you're taking care of yourself. That's the most important thing. Whether it's mentally or physically or both, you just got to try to take care of yourself and do what's best for you. Really. That's the most important thing. Just do what's best for yourself. I know for me personally, I definitely would like to try to lose some weight in 2019. I've gained a lot. I've been eating so bad. I have to try to reduce the amount of carb intake that I have. And try to eat more protein and more vegetables and stuff like that. Because I like vegetables. I like carbs. I love pasta. A new setting powder has taken over for me in 2018. I used to absolutely love the Laura Mercier translucent powder. Then I discovered the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder, and this truly has been it for me, you guys. I absolutely love this setting powder. I just think personally, I think it's silkier than the Laura Mercier. It just glides on and sets into your skin like it makes you look airbrushed when you use it. So I put some in the cap here, and then I like to apply it with my sponge. And you see you get a good amount on the sponge, and then you really just tap it into the skin. And it will not crease. It will just like put this airbrush finish on your skin. I absolutely love it. It just melts into your skin. And that's probably has to do with applying it with a wet sponge. That's how I apply mine, and I would probably recommend, you know, if you were using a brush and it's not really working well for you, try it with a sponge. I just try to focus in the T-zones and then on my entire forehead, because as I mentioned earlier, like my skin will dry up during the day, but my forehead always stays greasy, I swear to God. It does not matter what I apply to it. Alright, so after I apply my setting powder, I do like to go in with a mist to rehydrate the skin. So this is something that I've tried. I actually bought this a couple months ago, probably like 2 months ago. I definitely would not say that this is a setting spray by any means, but it is a nice little boost of hydration if you're looking for it. It's the Olay Mist. There's 2 different types you can get, but I bought the energizing one. And the reason why I tried this out was because of Jackie Aina. I saw her, and I know she's like sponsored by Olay, but I was like, it looks pretty good. And Olay is reasonably priced, so you know, you can find it in the drugstore. And the mister is so fine. Let me show you. Ugh. And it smells so good. And like I said, I bought this 2 months ago, and just as much as I applied right now is how much I normally apply. And like, I guess I won't be able to get you guys to see how much is in it, but there we go. Like if I flip it over, that's all that I've used so far. And I've sprayed all, I don't know if it's because the mister is so fine and you really don't get as much as you think you're getting on your skin, but I absolutely love the smell and the way it feels on my skin. It just gives you that extra little boost. I'm still using the same blush on a daily basis. I swear we got this in a BoxyCharm, or like I might have even got this in an Ipsy bag like early this year. It's the Tarte Amazonian Clay blush in the shade Party, and it's even like the lid broke off, like it doesn't even attach. So I've been rocking with this. I just apply it using my big blush brush, and it's truly been my favorite. I like to apply it to the apples of my cheeks and then sweep it all the way up my face, kind of just to give me some extra color. Let's see, so now that I've added the blush to my face, guys, I have to make an effort to find a new contour. I still use the Pure Sculptor palette that we got in a BoxyCharm this year. And not that there's anything wrong with it. I use this shade here and it does look, it suits my skin tone well, but I don't know, it just kind of bores me. I don't know. It works well, but maybe it's like that thing where like you feel like you're missing out. There's something else that might be better out there. I'm sure there is. There's so many products. And I kind of want to try to get into using bronzer. I don't use any bronzer. I just use contour and blush. I feel like I'm missing out. Comment down below, what's your favorite bronzer? Leave a comment down below, and maybe I'll try something that someone recommends to me on here. My really only recommendations for contouring your face, guys, is to just kind of turn your face to the side, and you can see here where my cheekbone is. I don't have chiseled cheekbones. Like a lot of people you see online, guys, don't be fooled. They have fillers, and not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's not always easy to watch somebody who has a modified face, you know, like they've had the plastic surgery and stuff, so everything on them looks totally different than someone like me who's average and doesn't have plastic surgery. Like, never had my lips done, never had any type of filler. So if you turn your face to the side, you might be able to see here is like my natural line of where my cheeks are, you know. So I'll just dip in lightly to the palette and brush it off. This is a good brush. This is from Eco Tools. It's just like a big fan brush, and I love to use it for my contour on my cheeks. So I'll turn my face to the side and just try to follow that line here. And the best thing to do when you are trying to contour or apply any face product, really, like blush and stuff like that, is just to go in lightly. Start with a light hand, because you can always build up and you can never go back. It is so hard when you've applied too much contour to really go back and fix it. But if you just go in with a light hand and really blend it in, take your time. You know, you're not gonna get the results you want quickly. It does take time to achieve the look you're going for, typically. So I just kind of apply it and really blend it in. Always blend upwards, never blend downwards. If you blend upwards in a circular motion, then your contour should turn out the way you want it. And see, it's just a light contour to kind of really accentuate the cheekbone there. And then I will go over top with setting powder and kind of carve it out. But guys, I am like pimple city right now. I have one here, one on my neck. I don't know what's going on. All right, so I'm gonna go back in with my setting powder here. And I'm gonna go in using the same sponge. It's still damp. I'm gonna get some on my sponge. And really just kind of try to go directly underneath the line where you want it to kind of really carve your cheek. So I have that there. I mean, look how hollowed out my cheeks look, and that is not what they look like in real life. Oh, the wonders of makeup. And we're just gonna let that sit there. I have some excess powder. Maybe I am gonna do an eye look, so maybe I should apply some under my eyes just in case there's any fallout with the shadows, and then I can just easily brush it away. The other day I saw on James Charles' Snapchat that his favorite step of beauty is to bake. What's your favorite step, guys? Jeffree Star also posted. It's funny, they posted, like, I guess they're like friends now. They've been friends for a while, but it seems like the divide that happened in the beauty community over the summer months really kind of caused other beauty influencers to become closer. Definitely James Charles and Jeffree Star have become closer this year. Anyway, Jeffree Star posted that his favorite is blending concealer into the skin. He loves to watch his concealer be blended into the skin, and I think I like baking the most because your skin really, I mean, look at my skin. My skin doesn't look like that. You saw me in the beginning of the video. It's all about finding the right product and what works for you. And whatever look you're trying to achieve, there are so many ways to achieve different looks. I have gotten all of my makeup knowledge really from trial and error, and also from watching YouTubers' tutorials. All right, let's get into the brows next. On a daily basis, when I'm going to work or on the weekends to run errands, the only two brow products that I use are from the Brow Gal by Tanya Crooks. This is her microfiber brow gel. This is what the applicator looks like. I love it because it's so thin. Really does well getting into the brows and creating like a realistic brow look. And I use the shade Brown Hair 02. So what I like to do is apply this brow gel from the arch to the tail end. And then I apply this Kush Fiber Brow Gel from Milk Makeup. I got this in the shade Haze, and I will apply this to the front of my brows. But if I'm doing like a glam look with eyeshadow, then I will use my go-to dip brow pomade in the shade Blonde from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I used to use the shade Taupe. I thought that was the right shade for me, but my sister called me out and told me that it's too dark for my eyebrows, and the more I looked at it, the more I started to agree with what she was saying. Trust the people that are closest to you. They'll tell you the truth. I appreciate you, Em. And I'll go in just with the Anastasia. Oh wait, what the hell? Yeah, I thought this was I wonder, oh my God, this like wore off. I don't even know what, I think this is 212 maybe. The writing on here has worn off. I can't even see what the number is on this brush. I think it says 12 here, but it's so faint that I can't really tell. But this is what the tip of the brush looks like. It's just your average eyebrow brush, so. Okay, so these are what my brows look like naturally. I'm lucky to have brows that are, they're there. You know, they're not the best shape, but they are there. So I try to kind of follow the natural shape of my brows. So I'll dip the brush in and get a very small amount. And sometimes I'll even like scrape the brush on the sides to make sure that all of the brow gel is just on the like flat part of the brush. So it's not on the sides, it's just on the front there, right there. And when you're doing your brows, start on the bottom of your brows and just follow the natural shape of your brow line. So using a very little bit, I just go in like this and follow the bottom of my brow line like that. Okay, so you saw how easy that was to do. And if you don't have a steady hand, just go in with strokes. Don't try to overachieve, just do what works best for you. What works best for somebody else might not be the best thing for you. So you just kind of, like I said, you have to do trial and error. I can't even tell you how many times I've done a look for my Instagram and have gone back and redone my brows 4 or 5 times. Like wiped it all off and gone back in and redo my brows 4 or 5 times. Nobody's perfect. All right, so then once I apply it to the bottom, I brush them out. And then what I'm gonna do is actually brush them down. So you can see how they're all down here. Now, this is kind of the fun part because you can kind of draw whatever type of brow you want. I'm going to see here at the top, this is the arch. And I'm gonna kind of draw a line from here to here. Right like that. So then you can see when I fill this in, it's gonna be the shape that I want. And what I'll do is I'll start filling in, just like this. Hope you guys can see what I'm doing. And I haven't dipped back in to add more product. I like to get it off the brush. This is another thing like contour. You can always fix it, but you can never go back once you go too far and apply too much product. I even flipped the brush over. See? Okay. Now, I'm gonna have to go in and get more product. Very little bit. Now I'm gonna continue to fill in to the front of my brow. Then I'm going to brush these hairs back into place. Helps if you use a spoolie, it kind of blends the product a little more evenly. Like that. Okay. Gonna dip back in and get a little more product and sort of define from about here to here. Definitely do not go all the way down with this because then you're gonna have like the square brow. Nobody wants a square brow. And then I'm gonna go back in, brush them into place. Now if there's any spots you see that are sparse or you want to fill in, just go back in with a little more product and fill those in. But I think I'm good, so what I'm gonna do now is start here, get a teeny bit of product on the brush, and just add some lines, like natural brush strokes, very lightly. Go back in with my spoolie, blend them in. Gonna add a few more. Gonna fill this in along the bottom here. Alright, let me back up and show you the difference here. So here's one brow done, and here's the other brow not done. I like to add a little bit of thickness to my brows. I feel like with my face shape, I do need a little bit more thickness just to kind of balance out the symmetry. Now I'm going to apply the concealer. And when I'm carving my brows, I don't like to waste my good concealer. I mean, this is good concealer, but I don't use this under my eyes. I just use this for carving out my brows. It's from ColourPop. This is their no filter concealer. I got mine in the shade Light 10. So now I'll just go in with the concealer, and I'm just going to like apply a few dots underneath my brow. And then I'm gonna go back in with a brush to carve them. This is from It Cosmetics. These are the It brushes for Ulta. Here's what my concealer brush looks like. The only thing I use this for is to carve out my brows. You can see it comes to a rounded point, and it's kind of thick, but I like the bristles on this because I can easily sort of like pat and blend to carve my brows. So I'm gonna start here at the arch and go right like this, and just do your best to follow your natural, you know, the bottom of the brow. And go slowly when you do this. If you go too fast, you might end up like blending up into the brow, and you don't want to do that. That screws up the crispness of your brow. Now I'm gonna go in and conceal the top of my brow. Now for this, what I do is just apply the concealer directly to the tip of the brush. And then I'm really only gonna carve out the tail end here. So let's see, so I have the concealer on the brush. Shit, sorry guys. And then very lightly over the top. I like it to come to like a sharp point here at the end. And then I go in like with my finger just so that this concealer blends in with my foundation. And that's really it, you guys. Practice really does make perfect, and not everybody's eyebrows are the same, so that's kind of just like a 101 tutorial. It's all about working with what you've got. So I'm gonna do the other brow off camera, and I'll be right back. All right, so now both my brows are done. I don't know why the one, I guess it's the lighting. This brow looks so much bigger than this brow, but what do they say? Brows are sisters, not twins. So let's start the eyeshadow look. I've still been using the same eyeshadow base. This is from NYX. This is their eyeshadow base in white. This is the brush that I use to apply. It's a Pro Airbrush Concealer Brush from Sephora. It's nice and round and fluffy, so I just dip it in here and I just kind of pat it in. I do not set my base with powder. I leave it the way it is. The two palettes that I'm going to use today are the Anastasia Sultry palette. This is probably top 3 of my favorite palettes this year. Here's the Alien palette if you haven't seen it already. Looks like this. These shades in here are absolutely stunning. They perform very well. Love that palette. Also loved the Norvina palette from Anastasia. Pretty well loved, at least the shimmer shades are. Love that palette. This one is brand new to me. I did film a review on this, the Pretty Rich palette from Too Faced. I am going to use some of the glitter shades in here to complete my look. I was thinking for New Year's of doing like a smoky look, a sultry look if you will. So I am going to start out using this palette. Oh geez, I didn't even notice all the fallout on my shirt. If you guys have not tried one of these, I found this at TJ Maxx. It's from Beauty Concepts Blank Slate Brush Color Swap Pad. You guys gotta get yourself one of these. It's so good to dust your brushes in and then it gets off all the excess powder. Like for me, I'm lazy. I do try to clean my brushes often, but if I don't, this is the perfect way to create a full look if you want to use the same brush over again. And it is reusable, you can wash out the sponge. So let's start by going in with this shade here called Twig. And I'm gonna apply this to the crease. Now I'm gonna go in using the same brush with this shade here called Dystopian. It's like a dark chocolate brown. And I'm not gonna apply too much, but I am gonna apply it like right along my lash line. And I'm kind of going to blend it upward here. Now I'm gonna go in with this shade here called Noir. It's a really good black shade. It's very rich in color and pigment. And I'm gonna use a smaller blending brush. And I'm gonna focus this again on my outer corner and my lash line. I'm gonna go in here with this light shade called Fresh, and I'm gonna blend out the top here. I'm gonna go in with this super small, it's like a little smudger brush. I'm gonna go in with that shade Noir again, the black shade, and I'm gonna drag it along my lower lash line. And you see how that created the really harsh line down here? We're gonna blend that out. Just gonna go in with a clean blending brush and just really blend that out. Now I am going to apply the shade Twig, which is what I started with in the crease, and I'm gonna add that on top of Noir on the lower lash line. The key, guys, to doing a smoky look is to really, you know, blend, blend, blend. And when you're using the dark colors like black or a really dark brown, you want to go over top of that with a lighter color just to really smoke it out so it doesn't look harsh at all. Okay, so I have my base laid down, and I'm gonna go in and use some glitter, guys. I want to use some glitter. I really want to do it up for New Year's Eve. Not that I have any plans. What do you guys like to do for New Year's Eve? We are not the party animals. We love to stay in and make a nice dinner at home and watch the ball drop, just the two of us, and then we go to bed shortly after midnight. Well, I do anyway. I'm an old lady. I want to use this shade here. It's called Diamonds for Breakfast. It's this beautiful silver glitter here, and I absolutely love it. Like I said when I reviewed this palette, you definitely have to apply glitter glue. Otherwise, you're gonna have a chunky mess. This is the NYX glitter glue. Comes in a little tube like this. Now I'm gonna zoom you in. Whoa. I'm gonna go in with this little flat top brush here. And that's about how much glitter glue I apply to the brush. And I am gonna like try to cut my crease with this glitter glue, so let's see. Now personally, when I apply my glitters, I like to use my finger. So I'm gonna get that shade Diamonds for Breakfast on my finger. Now I'm gonna go back in with the Sultry palette, gonna go back into that black shade Noir with a blending brush. I'm just gonna intensify the corner here. Now I'm gonna go back in with that shade Twig. It's the shade that I use for my crease, and I'm just going to focus on the outline of where the black shadow is, and I'm just going to blend and soften it. Okay, so since I did such a heavy smoked out eye look, I'm not going to do a winged liner. I really just want to focus the attention more on the shadow and the false lashes that I'm going to apply. So I'm going to go in with the Fenty Beauty Fly Liner. This is my favorite eyeliner of 2018. It has the felt tip, and it really is like mega pigment, and it's easy to apply. I personally love felt tip liners. For me, they're so easy to work with. It's something I really feel comfortable using. A good dupe for this would be the Line Stiletto from Maybelline. I've talked about that before in previous videos. It's one of my favorite, if not my absolute favorite, drugstore felt tip liner. So what I'm gonna do instead of a wing today is just focus on my lash line and just keeping it tight. I'm gonna like tight line or whatever, but not in my actual waterline. I'm just gonna keep it up top here so that when I apply my lashes, the band blends in better to my mascara. So I'm just gonna go in here and just lay this down. See, so it's not like super sharp or anything like that. It's just there to add a little bit more depth to my lash line. Now I'm gonna go in with my favorite lashes of 2018. These are from the brand Velour Lashes. Have used these in previous videos as well. See, when you find something that works, you tend to find yourself using it a lot. These are their mink lashes, and these are in the style Wisp It Real Good. They're reusable. I absolutely love them. I'm gonna apply them to my eye. Kiss Lash Glue. This is my favorite strip lash adhesive. It has aloe in it, and it's clear. And what I like the most about it is that it has a brush applicator. So it's easy to just brush onto the lashes. Right like this. Y'all, I don't even say y'all. I just said it because it felt right. Lashes are a fucking art form. For people to make you think it's easy to apply lashes, it is not. You have to practice. You will screw up. You will apply them too high or too far into your lashes. You'll get eyelash glue in your eyelashes. It's not easy. Take your time. Make sure the glue is tacky before you apply, because if you apply your lashes and the glue is wet, they will not stick to your eye. Never will they stick to your eye when the glue is wet. It has to be tacky. Now what I like to do personally is curl my natural lashes while I'm waiting for the lash glue to dry. Okay, curl them a couple times, really get them upward. I pump my eyelash curler as close to the lash line as possible. It's not easy. But okay, so my lashes are curled. I'm gonna wait for these to dry and show you how I apply them. Some people like to apply mascara before they apply their lashes, but I personally do it the opposite. I will wait to apply mascara until after I have applied the false lashes. It's just how I like to do it. You can do it however you like. This is the lash applicator that I use. It's from Ardell. It's like this cheap plastic little applicator, but it came with a pack of lashes and I never got rid of it. You can use one of these, but if you don't have fake nails, your fingers are your best bet to get the most precise application. I'm gonna zoom you in again a little bit. Most lash glues will change colors with the consistency of the glue. So if you apply it and it looks white, when it gets tacky, it tends to clear out. If you're using the clear lash glue, I think it's sort of the same with the white lash glue. I've never used a black lash glue, but it's what I've found using the clear ones. So personally for me, what makes it easiest is I apply the middle of the lash first. So look down into your mirror, turn the lash like this so that the strip of the lash with the adhesive on it lines up with your lash line. And you're just going to lay it on top of your lashes. Okay, it's secure. Then what I like to do is get the outside of the lash secure. Then I go into the inner corner. I tend to switch hands. And I apply that. And then it's really just about, see, that didn't even stick. It's really just about squeezing and holding, guys. Squeeze and hold. Shit, I hope you can see what I'm doing. You can push it up into your lash line and hold it into place. Okay, they're on. They are on. Now, after, like I said, what I like to do is go in with some mascara. I'm currently using the Hourglass Extreme Lash Mascara and the Bad Gal Bang. These are both samples that I got with orders that I've placed online. So I figured I kind of wanted to try these out. They're not my favorites. I'll show you what my favorites are. The It Superhero Mascara from It Cosmetics is the best mascara I've ever tried. Tied for first place with the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. Both are my absolute favorites. I would recommend them to anybody. Very high quality, very good. They don't clump your lashes, they separate them, and they apply the perfect amount of mascara. But I tend to be one of those people that gets free samples, and I like to use those up before I use my full-size mascaras, because you know, once you open them and start using them, then you know they start to dry out, and I keep them sealed until I'm ready to devote my lashes to them. All right, so I'm gonna go in with the Caution. Where the fuck is my mirror? Guys, doing your makeup for YouTube is not always easy. I don't know what happened to my mirror. I had a handheld mirror and I have no idea where I put it. So I'm just gonna use the mirror from my Pretty Rich palette. And I'm going to just softly add some mascara to my lashes. See, now this came loose. I'm gonna try to secure it back into place. But I just like to add enough mascara so that my natural lashes blend into the falsies. So that is one eye complete. I forgot that I have to go in and do the other eye, so I'm gonna do that off camera and I will be right back. All right, you guys, so both eyes are complete, and I did go in with this big face brush here to brush out the excess setting powder that was placed under my eyes. So I am gonna take my clips out now. And as you can see, I still do have some setting powder in place from earlier. I was baking the entire time I was doing my eye look, so I am gonna brush off that excess. And now we are going to set the face and apply the highlight. Favorite setting powder of 2018 is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I love the smell. I love the way it makes my skin feel. It is so refreshing, so dewy, and it sets my makeup in place perfectly. I love the nozzle. It's like an aerosol spray can, so it's super easy to use. This to me is hands down the best. It costs $15. It's worth every single penny that you pay for it. So I'm going to set my face before I apply my highlight. And I'm a whore for the setting spray, so I apply a lot. You don't have to apply as much as I do, but I tend to go a little overboard with it. My favorite setting spray of 2018 is still from Urban Decay. It's their Naked Illuminated highlight. It's probably soon. I'm probably soon gonna hit pan. I don't know how I haven't yet because it's the only highlighter that I use on a daily basis. I like it because it looks really good on the skin, and it's also more of like it says in the description, it's like an illuminated type of highlighter. It's not super concentrated. It's more of like a glow, like a glow from within type of highlight. So let's apply it to the top of my cheeks. I just use this highlighting brush from Morphe. And it's okay if your skin's still a little bit, like I prefer my skin to be just a little bit moist so that the highlight has more of a greater impact. And I'm gonna go ahead and apply it to the other side of my face as well. Just apply it, guys, to the top of your cheekbones. You really wanna give yourself a sculpted look and get your cheekbones popping. So you can see this highlight is so good. I just love it. I just love it. It's my favorite. I've been using it for a long time. So I have to give it props. I have to give it a 2018 shout out. And I just loosely apply it down the bridge of my nose, a little on my cupid's bow, a little bit on my chin. And then I forget where I learned this. I wanna say Priscilla Ono, Rihanna's makeup artist. I don't remember who taught me this, but I do also like to apply it on top of my eyelids. Like right on top, just to give my forehead a little glow. Just ever so slightly. And so I will, like I don't like to do mega glow down my nose or anything like that, so I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. Now I'm gonna go back, cause I forgot. And I'm gonna I use like an eyeshadow brush to contour my nose, guys. I don't know what you guys use, but I have found that any like medium-sized blending brush works well. Nothing that's too compact. You definitely want bristles that are more soft and rounded. You don't want any, like a packer brush would not be good, a shader brush would not be good, but anything you use to blend your eyeshadow will be good for this. So I'm gonna dip back into the Pure palette. I'm gonna dip my brush and I'm going to tap off all of the excess. Very important, because if you screw this up, you're screwed. So I'm just gonna go down the sides of my nose very lightly. And I'm just gonna follow the bridge of my nose all the way down to the bottom. And then I like to curl my, or however you want to describe it, but I like to also apply contour to like the tip of my nose to really bring it to like a point. And I'm gonna go back in. And really, guys, just a little bit goes a long way, seriously. You don't have to do like the full like cream contour nose beat. You can really just apply like a light layer using an eyeshadow brush just like this to your nose. And right there, I've just contoured my nose in like 15 seconds you were watching. So that's how I contour my nose. Very simple. I don't like to do anything too crazy. Now I will go in and y'all, I'm going big or going home. I'm gonna do a red lip. I don't give a shit. It's New Year's and I wanna live it up. Nobody can tell me anything. So the best red lipstick, in my opinion, of 2018 was from Fenty Beauty. It's her Uncensored Stunna lip paint, and I have found this to be the absolute best. And for any of you who watched, I'm about to pull out, hold up. Some of you guys came at me so hard when I did my Jeffree Star mystery box unboxing, so I am finally going to use this lip liner in the shade Unicorn Blood. It's my first time actually using it because I don't wear red lipstick often, so let's use this to align my lips. And I lost my favorite lip primer. It's from Stila. It's like the water lip plumping primer. I have no idea where it is. I think it's like under my bed somewhere. I haven't been able to find it. So typically I would apply that or some type of like chapstick underneath the matte lipstick. But I'm just, for the sake of time here and having to find another product, I'm just going to apply the lipstick straight to my lips. I definitely have to clean this up a little bit, so give me just a sec. Alright guys, this is my completed look. I really hope you like it. I hope that this inspires some of you to get ready for New Year's Eve and really have fun with your makeup. Don't try to pull off anything too crazy because, I mean, unless you have tons of time to get ready and you're really taking the day to do your makeup, you don't want to risk anything too crazy. Smoky eyes are always good for a New Year's party or something with gold glitter. A red lip is always good for New Year's. I love a red lip on a New Year's, any holiday party really. So I really hope that you guys enjoy getting ready with me. Thank you all, seriously, from the bottom of my heart, for all of the support that you have shown me in 2018. This is the year that I started my YouTube channel, and I am really grateful that I did. I truly enjoy making videos for you guys and giving you like my honest thoughts on products. For me personally, when I go on YouTube, before I started my channel, a huge reason why I went on is to watch product reviews, because there's certain YouTubers that I trust their opinion and I like to see how products work for them before I go out and spend my money on them. I also love to watch tutorials, so I'm going to try and incorporate more tutorials in 2019. I hope that you guys look forward to those, and leave a comment down below. You know, how did your year go for you? What are your resolutions for 2019? What do you want to see from me going into the new year? And I wish you guys truly nothing but the best. You have been amazing. You are my friends, and I am forever grateful for all the love and support that you guys show me. And I hope that everybody is safe tonight. And I also hope that everybody has a very prosperous and healthy new year. So thank you guys for being with me. Have a great day or night wherever you are, and I will see you next year. Bye guys.